Good afternoon and welcome to 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf Direct that this afternoon finds us at the Pexhurst Stadium, the home of Welwyn Garden City FC, for quite a momentous occasion for us and Welwyn Garden City, really. It's been 46 days since the locals have had a chance to see their team in action in Southern League Division 1 Central. I'm glad to say the pitch looks perfect after all the rain, and we're set for football in Southern League Division 1 Central, getting towards the business end of the season, where things to be decided at both ends of the table. Welwyn Garden City may be 10th, but they've got plenty of games in their hand on the teams above them, and will be looking to peg back some of those points and get themselves in playoff contention. Whereas the other end of the table, this afternoon's visitors, Kidlington, are looking nervously over their shoulders after a Kempston revival has taken them off the bottom of the table and left their Oxfordshire rivals just 4 points behind out of the relegation zone. All to play for here this afternoon, then kick-off at 3 o'clock, and back joining me on my right-hand side is Simon Alamandy.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pete. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to be back after last week, and it's nice to be back here at the Pexhurst as well. I mean, as you said, it's 46 days since they've had a home game. I've just worked it out in my head when you read that out. It's 84 days since we've been here. We was last here on the 23rd of December. Our first visit of 2024 here. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I nearly had to set the sat nav to get here from home. Let's take you through the team lineups. Then 2 changes for the home citizens. Charlie Crowley is back in goal, and there's a debut for young Charlie McDonald, signed on loan from St Albans City. So they will line up with Charlie Crowley in goal this afternoon. Charlie making his 115th appearance for Welwyn Garden City. The back four will have Charlie McDonald at right back, Josh Bryant at left back, and the 2 central defenders, James Koloski and Josh Steele. Playing just in front of them will be Jack Vasey, and then 2 more attacking midfield players in Gucci and Brad Watkins, and a 3-man front line, Durnell Winter, Cyrus Babai, and the first chance for us to see Linton Goss in a Welwyn Garden City shirt. The substitutes were a little short on the subs bench this afternoon, just Alex Harris, Ryan Kerwin, Adam Pollock and the manager Mark Weatherston are named. As far as Kidlington are concerned, they'd only won 1 of their last 6, but this came this time last week when they beat Ware 1-0 back in Oxfordshire. They make 3 changes from that side, so they will start with Jack Hopwood in goal, Max Smith, Sam Bailey, Sam Jenkins, Jack Smith the skipper, Ben Richards, George Cowmeadow, Thomas Payne, Josh Davis, Owen James and Piers Walton. Only 4 subs for the visitors as well. Mekai Basara Grant is one of them, Jack Gardner, Connor Taylor and Finley Ryan Phillips. Our referee this afternoon is Sean Buckley, who's made the trip from his home in Woking in Surrey, and his assistants Julian Davis and Andreas Anastasio. So that's the I's dotted and the T's crossed as the 2 teams come out. Welwyn Garden City are 10th in the league. They're 8th in the form table, having had 9 points from 6 games. Kidlington 16th and 17th in the form table, just 5 points from their last 6 games for the Greens. Everything to play for, and well, in this league, I think it's strange. You look at this, Simon, and Welwyn Garden City have got the worst home record in the division. They've only won 2 and drawn 2 and lost 7, but they've got the 3rd best away record, only behind the top 2 of Bedford and Biggleswade Town. 8 points at home, 27 away. This is the time to start winning here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you say, the business end of the season, this is when you really want to, start putting some results together, start getting some wins on the board, and where they've got those games in hand as well. I mean, that's going to be when it really comes in handy, as you say, at this stage of the season.
Well, the citizens have won 3 of their last 4, but they also have lost their last 2 here. Against North Lee was the last one, back on the 27th of January, if you can remember that far back. But last time out, 2nd of March, just 2 weeks ago, they won 2-1 just down the road at the Smile IT against Hertford Town. Hertford in action and Ware in action, all three in action for the first time in a while on a Saturday. Ware go to Oxfordshire to take on North Lee. Hertford are playing just down the road against Aylesbury United. We'll keep you in touch with what's going on with those at half time. Other games in the division, well, Bedford have finally got a game on at home. That was past fit this morning. They take on Hadley. No game for second place Biggleswade Town. So Bedford a chance to stretch their lead at the top of the table. Third place Waltham Abbey are in action. They go to Inform Kempston, who've risen to 18th in the table. AFC Dunstable in 6th place, also in action today. They're away at Kings Langley. And round of all of those at half time. Plus we'll tell you a little bit about Kidlington, one of only 3 teams in the league we haven't seen this season so far. You'll be glad to know, Simon, there is a very, very good Muppet link between Kidlington and, our friends the Muppets.
Oh, well, yeah, you're teasing me now, because I never know what you're going to tell us. So I'm in suspense as well as everyone listening, and you're telling me there's a very good one. I just want the next 45, 50 minutes to hurry up and find out what it is.
The Muppet link comes courtesy of the Far East. That's all I'm saying. So Welwyn Garden City are going to kick off here, clicking from right to left in their usual all-claret strip. And Kidlington in green, very small green and white squares on the front of their shirts, and all green backs with nice bright white numbers, which commentator will always appreciate. So the Greens against the Citizens with points in Central League Division 1 up for grabs. And Welwyn Garden City looking to improve on that home record. I said I've only seen them win 2 games here, which is quite amazing. Well, when we spoke to Mark Weatherston at Kempston, he said, I did ask him the question. I said, well, you've done so well away from home, why don't you do well at home? And he said, well, our pitch is rubbish. So it's nothing like an honest manager, is it?
No, I mean, I know he said it on, to a couple of other people as well, and he's laying no blame towards the groundsman or anything like that. But I know he was in an interview with Paul Halsey, and obviously Paul's been here before and played here, and he said the pitch has been a problem for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's it. It looks heavy. I mean, in Cheltenham Week, of course, using racing parlance, the going does look heavy this afternoon on that pitch. But Welwyn Garden City got a throw in, which Josh Bryant will take to the edge of the Kidlington area. Kidlington sort that out, but ball is just thumped out of play down this side by Owen James, former North Lee player. And Charlie Crowley will collect the ball. It's a sparse crowd, I think, to be fair here at the Pexhurst, which is a shame. We'll maybe talk about that a little bit at half-time. You really have got a side on the up here in Welwyn Garden City. It'd be good if a few more of the locals came out to support their team. Josh Bryant's header lands on the edge of the area where Cyrus Babai is there making a nuisance of himself, and in the end it's Max Smith who just has to put the ball out of play for a throw-in on this near side. So the opening seconds have belonged to Welwyn Garden City. Josh Bryant with another throw-in. Finds Cyrus Babai on the edge of the area. It's Gucci with it now. Turns, runs into the area and then runs out of it. Puts it left side for Josh Bryant. Puts it onto the right foot. Decent-looking cross. Headed up in the air by Jack Smith. Welwyn Garden City still put the pressure on as McDonald gets the ball to Lyndon Goss. Goss back to McDonald's. McDonald's cross is high and will still land in play. So Kidlington will have to do something with it. They've given it away to Josh Bryant on the edge of the area. Ball pulled across. Goalkeeper fumbles it. And in the end, it goes out of play for a corner. Hopwood didn't look too sure about that at all.
No, he didn't. I mean, that's one of those where you would easily expect him to collect it. But he's just fumbled it a little, and it's one of those nervy crosses that come in from Josh, wasn't it?
So Darnell Winter's going to take the corner from the far side. As a few people gather behind that goal away to our left-hand side. Both arms up in the air. Josh Steele and James Goloski up from the back. Long one going to the back post. Cyrus Babai can't get it. And Kidlington will finally get a chance to clear the ball out towards the halfway line. Josh Bryant has been deceived by the flight of the ball, and the shot will come in, this time from Piers Walton. He was off balance, but Welwyn said he just caught a little bit there. Josh didn't get the flight of the ball, and Walton had opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, a decent opportunity for them. Thankfully, obviously, from our point of view, the ball's gone sailing over the crossbar. But I think, I think he just snatched it a little, and didn't expect it to fall to him that easily.
So Charlie Crowley in the familiar all-orange strip will take the kick from the way to our right-hand side. Just got back in the side. Donovan Green has been the teenage goalkeeper, has been in Mark Weatherspoon's thoughts for a couple of games, but Charlie back as the number one now. Has player gone down on that far side, and Kidlington will have a free kick just inside the Welwyn Garden City half. They've had 3 wins away from home this season. Tamer Hadley and Cirencester, 3 wins, but they've found goals very difficult to come by. In fact, only Kempston have scored less in the division than Kidlington. 14 away games this season, they've only scored 11. They've got a chance to add to that tally now with a free kick in front of the dugout. Chipped over with the right boot, but it comes off the back of Josh Steele in the end, and Cyrus Babai will come away down this left-hand side. Plays it forward for Linton Goss. Linton Goss uses his physical strength just to shrug a defender aside. Looks for Darnell Winter right hand side of the box. Darnell's gone round. Defender fires in the shot, and this time it takes a deflection off of Ben Richards and goes behind for Welwyn Garden City's second corner. Yeah,
and then, a good move there from Welwyn Garden City. Good work from Linton on this left hand side. Put the crossover for Darnell, and I mean he hit that nicely, but the defender just got in the way and blocked it for a corner.
Well, 33 goals between the front three of Welwyn Garden City. And they've started off like they want to add to that tally. It's Darnell Winter's corner, chipped to the near post this time, but headed out by Sam Bailey, only to the edge of the area where Gucci will find Darnell Winter again, but his cross is mishit. And it's one of the extensive trees behind the goal there at the Pexhurst. There's our friend Linda Babai with the camera, goes walking down the sideline here.
I don't know if you know, she's got some rather snazzy trainers as well. They almost match Charlie's kit.
I think we'll have to talk to her about that. She normally takes a picture of us on some occasion, so she'll see when she comes back. So it's going to be a goal kick to Kidlington. Jack Hotwood, their goalkeeper, experienced, 27. He's been around Tring Athletic, Aylesbury United amongst his clubs. Kick though is headed forward by Goloski. He takes a deflection from a Kidlington player and will go out for a throw in, which Josh Bryant will take. They're having a go at Pilates during the week, I saw on Twitter.
I saw that. Yes, it's hopefully it will help with them with their fitness and muscle, looking after their muscles and that. So I mean, I don't quite know the full ins and outs of Pilates, but if it's going to be beneficial for them, then why not?
Why not? It looked a bit stretchy for me. I don't think commentators would be very good, but ball headed out by Bailey on the edge of the Kidlington area. Back in by Goloski. Finds Cyrus Babai, who almost turned around Max Smith, but Jack Smith, no relation, manages to sweep up for Kidlington. They've given the ball away again, though, to Jack Vasey midway inside the Kidlington half. Welwyn Garden City on the attack for most of the game so far. Watkins brings in Josh Bryant again. Josh's cross hits Max Smith, goes behind for the third corner in the opening 7 minutes of the match. It's been all Welwyn Garden City.
It has, yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of the work is coming down this left-hand side, but so far so good for Welwyn Garden City. It's looking promising. I think they just need to keep this intensity up, really.
Well, they're looking like a team who haven't played much football because they want to get on with it. Must be frustrating for the players. They've still got so many games left to play, really, when you consider where we are in the season. 13 games, 12 games left after today. Not many Saturdays to fit them in. There's going to be a lot of Saturday, Tuesday for the Citizens. Corner's going to come in on this near side. It's going to go for the far post. Watkins is beaten to it by a falling Jack Smith, who manages to deflect it out on that far side for a throw-in. It's going to be Charlie McDonald, a 19-year-old who's on loan from St Albans City, making his debut this afternoon, who is going to take the throw.
Well, I'm sure our friend Alan Clark will know about him, obviously, with being from Welwyn Garden City.
Yeah, we've got some decent youngsters there, as Sam Bentley, the goalkeeper, who was at Ware on loan, of course, back last year. Very good young prospect as well. Jeff Facey's been brought down. Referee plays on, and Darnell Winter's got it right hand side of the box. Winter tries to tee up the cross and just saved from being another corner by Ben Richards, who volleys it out onto that far side. A couple of big lads in this side, Ben Richards and Owen James particularly. A bit of physical presence for Kidlington. Going to be the throw-in, which McDonald will take again midway inside the Kidlington half, far side of the field. Brings in Darnell Winter. Darnell goes for a run, and in the end, ball deflected off, corner number 4. So it is all right to left here at the Bexhurst in the opening of this one between Welwyn Garden City and Kidlington on 90 Minutes Live in association with our sponsors, Easy Shelf Direct. Darnell Winter about to take Welwyn Garden City's third corner from that far side. Both arms up in the air again. Movement in the box. It's chipped at a far post where Brad Watkins gets up but can't control the header. Puts a thumbs up for the delivery but couldn't really get it goalwards. So Kidlington done well and really want to take a breather here, wouldn't they? They've hardly gone out of their own half.
No, they haven't, have they? I mean, there was that one chance they had, in the opening 5 minutes, but that went over the bar. But that's all that's really happened when they have ventured into Welwyn's half.
Hopwood's kick is quickly returned into the Kidlington half as Owen James plays the ball inside, and that's the bad-looking ball on this near side, which has got Josh Steele coming across to cover it. George Calmeadow, he was who the ball was aimed at. He started his career at Swindon Town and a loan at Swindon Supermarine. That's one of my favourite football names. I think a brilliant name for a club, that is, Swindon Supermarine. And he's now very much a Kidlington player. Throw comes in from Max Smith. It's in the area and the shot is going to fire across the box. That came in from Josh Davis, and firing in on the far post was Thomas Payne, who wasn't far away from it. And again, they've had all the ball. They've had the majority of the game in the Kidlington half, but could have been called out twice. Yeah,
they could have been quite easily. I mean, that only needed a little toe poke on the end of his boot, didn't it, for it to go in. And just a couple of little signs for Welwyn Garden City. No matter how much possession they've had, they still need to keep things alert and watch out for these breakaway attacks.
Last time these two teams met, 2-0 win for Welwyn Garden City in Oxfordshire way back in August. Goals coming from Darnell Winter and Ryan Doherty before he went back to Ireland. Last season, Kidlington had the double over Welwyn Garden City. They won 2-1 here and 5-2 back in Oxfordshire. As the throw-in taken by Charlie McDonald. It's on to head of Darnell Winter, who goes down under challenge, and Citizens will have a free kick midway inside their own half over on that far side of the field. Charlie Crowley in the Linda Babai strip, we'll call it now, with those trainers, comes out and will take the kick. Looking for that front three. I haven't seen too much of Lyndon Goss so far. Of course, the man that was signed from Bedford, he was at North Lee, but he's got 4 goals in his opening 3 games. And last time we were here, it was the time that Mark Weatherston explained, I've got given the chance to sign a striker. It's so good that I can't miss it. And we all thought, I wonder who that is. And when Lyndon Goss turned up, he was very true to his word.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's done really well, hasn't he, since he signed? And I think was it February he got the Player of the Month award as well, didn't he?
Headed on by Darnell Winter. Max Smith will put it further up towards the head of Gucci, who I think another one who's made a big difference in that midfield. Very strong in the tackle. As Josh Steele threads it down this left-hand side, looking for Josh Bryant. Max Smith is the defender, and all he can do is put it out of play. Looked to get a deflection off of Josh, but didn't manage to do so. Josh, who seems to be now first choice left back. Ryan Kerwin's on the bench, and Mark Weatherston got the luxury of two very good left backs at this level. And also with Charlie McDonald at right back and Alex Harris on the bench, he's got the luxury of four really good fullbacks here at the Bexhurst. Throw's going to come in onto the chest of Gucci, puts it back, good cross from Josh Bryant coming across, headed on by Darnell Winter. Lyndon Goss puts the shot in, and Sam Bailey does well to block it. And there could be opportunity at the other end here with coming forward as the ball's pushed across the box by Piers Walton, but in the end straight into the arms of Charlie Crowley. But certainly seems to be the game plan from Mark Messingham is to absorb plenty of pressure but trying to hit Welwyn Garden City on the break. As throws taken down the line with Darnell Winters being held back, pulled and pushed by Sam Jenkins. The referee's going to want a little bit of a word with the number 4. Might even be gesturing like he's going to go towards his pocket here, but certainly no doubt about it was a foul. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, in that situation, I mean, he's trying to run away from him, trying to get away from him, and just holding him back. And the referee's having a word for him, and it looks like he's got his notebook out.
Actually, the defender was Ben Richards, number 6, and referee, has he shown a goal?
Not yet.
Well, I thought he was. He has shown it now. So Ben Richards is the first man in to referee Mr. Barclay's notebook. It's the first time we've seen him as a referee, by the way. Not refereed any of our 3 sides on 90 Minutes Live. Jack Facey's going to take the kick from that right-hand side. Chips it in, looking for the far post. Cyrus Babay's up once again, but this time can't get it goalward. And seems to be a little bit of a feature of the free kicks. Welwyn Garden City aiming for the man coming around the back on the far post. That time it was Cyrus. Previously it was Brad Watkins, who is up in the standings, and the 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf Golden Boot, which we'll be giving you at half time. Although it's got to be said, it does look like Evan Mabona of Hatfield Town is certainly going to be the man to beat in the final 6 weeks of the season, having notched another one last week. And also tell you about a very good win for Westmill last night as well, which is good for our friends there, and the Fox at Aspenden, who are their sponsors. Charlie Crowley will take a free kick for Welwyn Garden City, 10 yards inside his own half. Had a lot of possession, but haven't really quite a clear chance yet. As Charlie's kick goes diagonally to the far side, headed on by Darnell Winter for Brad Watkins, who has his pocket picked by Richards. Ball goes out, and in the end Brad goes down, and the ball goes for a goal kick. Let's hope he's okay. He's holding his right ankle. Rachel is at the ready. Rachel Wong, the therapist over there on the far side. Referee just goes over to check. It's been quite a season for him, isn't it? I mean, he's been playing a deeper role, but 14 goals and top scoring. He's proved what a good signing he has been. Yeah. I mean, he's been one of the staff signings for him, hasn't he? And he's done really well, as you say. He's playing that slightly deeper role than perhaps he's used to. But with a contribution of 14 goals, he's more than chipping in, isn't he? He's okay. He limps back towards the halfway line. Hopwood restarts, and coming forward, well, almost with Thomas Payne or Kidlington, but McDonald sorts that out and brings in Brad Watkins, who finds Cyrus Babai, left-hand side of the area. Max Smith is the defender. Cyrus goes onto the left foot, pulls it across, gets the deflection, and here comes corner number 5. as Darnell Winter will trot across on this near side. I think St Kidlington, they are doing well getting men behind the ball.
Yeah, definitely. You know, they're preventing those, as you said before, you know, clear-cut chances for Welwyn Garden City. So you know, that's something that Welwyn need to work on.
Left arm up this time from Darnell Winter. I think that means near post, and it does. And goalkeeper Hotwood goes up just about. He lands in the back of the net, but the ball goes wide. And Welwyn Garden City for another corner. I don't wonder about it, you know. If I've figured out that one arm in the air means near post, won't the opposition do it as well?
Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? I mean, it can't be that difficult to work out. There we go again.
Here we go again. But this time he fooled me, put it to the far post, headed up by Josh Steele. Still landing in the box, up by Lyndon Goss. Goalkeeper gets a punch in, and finally it's punted clear by Thomas Payne. But Welwyn Garden City will get it back with Jack Vasey. Jack's ball on that far side looks to bring in Josh Steele, who just side foots it against a Kidlington player, and Charlie McDonald has got another throw in to take midway inside the Kidlington half, far side of the field to Jack Vasey. Jack pulls the ball low across the area. Linton Goss is beaten to it by Jack Smith. Gets it back again and brings in Josh Bryant. Josh Bryant turns onto the right boot. Looks for Brad Watkins, who puts it forward towards the goalkeeper. Double save by Hotwood. No flag went up, and that was the best chance of the game so far. Gucci's got it back, thumps it across, bounces off the back of Sam Bailey and goes behind for a corner. Great opportunity, and well done the goalkeeper.
Yeah, fantastic opportunity. I mean, fantastic work from Jack Hotwood as well. Great cross there from Josh, and you know, double save from as you say, you know, Jack Hotwood. You know, great work from him, and we've got yet another Welwyn corner. See what hand goes up this time, Pete. 7
corners so far. The right arm's up in the air. Usually means near post, but he's going to fool me now. No, it's almost centre spot, this one. Headed down by Koloski. Nobody can get a hold of it, and Gucci will come across and try and cover the run there of Josh Davis, and does well. Otherwise, Welwyn Garden City could have been in for a 3-on-2 then. That's... covered a lot of ground in that midfield as Gucci. He's on dual registration from Enfield Town, along with Lewis Taft. But Lewis Taft did so well here that Enfield Town have now put him in the first team, so unlikely to be seeing him around the Pexhurst again. Throw in for Kidlington, taken by Max Smith, headed up in the air by Josh Steele, and Jack Vasey will thump it down and get Lyndon Goss running. Richards will control it, put it back to Hotwood, who volleys it towards the halfway line. Gucci's up in the air to beat Sam Jenkins. Welwyn Garden City have got it with Cyrus Babai, who goes down under challenge from Jenkins, holding his left ankle. Referee's not interested. Cyrus looks up and gingerly gets to his feet as the ball finds its way on that far side to Sam Bailey, who's up and under. He's headed by James Koloski towards the Welwyn Garden City dugout. Cyrus limping. Thought he had a foul there, but the referee was not impressed. Talking of Tuesday, Saturday football, Welwyn Garden City got Kempston Rovers here on Tuesday night. They then go to AFC Dunstable. That'll be an important game. AFC Dunstable very much in the playoff picture with their young side, and breaking through here is Josh Davis. An opportunity once again. Don't think he knew he had so much space, and in the end just lobbed it into the arms of Charlie Crowley. Kidlington have had their opportunities here in the opening 15 minutes. It's been Hotwood's double save that has kept them on level terms. Josh Bryant puts it across the box. Max Smith volleys it out only as far as Cyrus Babai. Gucci will head it back towards the 18-yard box. Brad Watkins will bring it back down midway inside the Kidlington half. Watkins has to go back to a halfway line for Josh Steele. Josh Steele punts it to that right-hand side. Lyndon Goss goes over his head, but he still manages to retrieve the ball to Darnell Winter on the far side. Bailey's then giving it away to McDonald, who finds Gucci, who finds Lyndon Goss on that far side of the field. Goss going down towards the corner flag. Lyndon Goss puts the ball across the box, and in the end it's a scuffed clearance by George Calmedo. And Welwyn Garden City have got it back with Jack Vasey, back onto the halfway line for Jack Steele, back out onto that far side. Koloski's got it on the halfway line now, just punts it forward. Brad Watkins goes up with Max Smith. 2 go to ground in a heap, and in the end it's going to be a free kick to Kidlington. Midway inside their own half. Kidlington, who was saying have not had a good record in goals. They've scored 27 in the league this season, which is a total that only Kempston have got fewer. And this time next week the two teams meet in Oxfordshire. Kidlington against Kempston. As Hopwood forward with the kick. Josh Bryant just glances it off his head. He's going to go for a corner, so Josh Steele thumps it out for a throw-in down by the corner flag on this near side of the field. 23 minutes of race by here on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf. And despite the goalmouth opportunities we've had at both ends, we still stand at 0-0 between Welwyn Garden City and Kidlington in Southern League Division 1 Central. Throw by Max Smith, lands at the feet of Josh Davis. He can't control it. And the ball goes out for a goal kick to Welwyn Garden City. 4 clean sheets for them this season, but only failed to score once all season. And hopefully we're not a bad omen, because the only time they did fail to score was here against Hertford in a game that we did the commentary on. Charlie Crowley will take the kick from the goal away to the right-hand side. Kidlington's problems are shown by the fact they've failed to score in 10 games this season. It's kept 7 clean sheets, so they've usually kept it tight, but found goals hard to come by. It's going to be a free kick to Welwyn Garden City, which Jack Vasey wants to take, but he's got Walton standing right in front of him at the moment. But in the end, he is going to get the opportunity. In fact, he's going to leave it to James Koloski. Cyrus Babai's in a good position on the edge of the 18-yard box here. Josh Steele's come up from the back as well, playing in a centre-forward position at the moment. Here comes Koloski's kick. Should be easy to deal with, but in the end, Max Smith gets it wrong and heads it behind for corner number 8. 8 corners in 25. I don't think we've seen so many corners all season, have we, in 25 minutes?
I don't think you have you? I mean, that's one every 3 minutes, isn't it?
So here goes Durnell Winter again. Can we read his intentions this time? What's going to happen? Well, we've got the right arm's gone up, so that means it's going to the far post. Oh, just skims off the head of Josh Steele, who had an opportunity, but he was almost facing the wrong direction there, wasn't he? He was almost facing back towards his own goal, and it just skimmed off the top of his head. Yeah,
I mean, he hadn't set himself right and ready for it, had he at all? So I mean, if he had done, it could have been a different story.
So it's Jack Hopwood who is going to take the kick from the goal away to our left-hand side. 30th commentary of the season for us here on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf Direct. In those 30 commentaries, we've seen 103 goals, 3 of them from the halfway line as well. So we've been well blessed with the games we've watched. I think quite a few, apart from that 0-0 against Hertford. Last time we were here, of course, there were 9 of them. Welwyn Garden City beat Ware in that crazy game 5-4. Jack Vasey heads it forward, Gucci further forward, Lyndon Goss can't control it. Long ball forward by Jack Smith to that far side where they're wrestling for the ball is George Calmeadow. Calmeadow then is finally been brought down by Jack Vasey. And Kidlington will have a free kick in a decent position for them. It's about 35 yards out inside left channel. And Welwyn Garden City will pull everybody bar Lyndon Goss back. And it looks like it's going to be the number 11 Piers Walton who fancies the opportunity here with a 3-man Welwyn Garden City wall now with Durnell Winter position just to the right of it. Everybody else lining up on the edge of the 18-yard area. In fact, Lyndon Goss is now being called back, so everybody back now in or around that area. Goss is there, it looks, for the aerial threat of Owen James. But here comes Calmeadow's free kick, goes for the shot straight into the arms of Charlie Crowley. Fairly easy meet for Charlie. quick clearance towards Darnell Winter on that far side. Bailey can just head it up in the air and then out of play in front of the utilita sign on the far side. Charlie McDonald will take the throw in for Welwyn Garden City. Still 0-0. Looking for the first goal here. We're at Northley, Hartford at home to Aylesbury United. And Brad Watkins given the ball away. Owen James plays the ball out on that far side of the field, but Davis can't do anything with it. And in the end, Josh Steele shows a calm head. But Welwyn Garden City, almost gave it away. But Matt Smith has given it to Cyrus Babai. Cyrus turns inside onto the right foot. Cyrus still going. Plays the ball to Gucci. Gucci just gets it under control. He's surrounded by green shirts. Back for Brad Watkins. Plays it short for Cyrus. Cyrus goes down under challenge from Thomas Payne. Referee not interested. And the ball ricochets out into the Welwyn Garden City half for a throw-in which Josh Steele will take. Cyrus feels he's been hard done by a couple of times by our referee, Mr. Barclay. Not interested in free kick claims. Charlie Crowley has it just outside his 18-yard box on the right-hand side. Forward with the right boot, looking for Darnell Winter, who heads it further forward towards that corner flag. Lyndon Goss is going over there, making Richards play the ball. Then in the end, he just punts it behind the Welwyn Garden City dugout. And it'll be a throw-in, but I haven't really seen too much of Charlie McDonald on his debut, but he's certainly had a lot of throw-ins to take down that, eh?
Yeah, it hasn't he? I mean, throw-ins, corners, we've had it all so far, and just need a couple of goals, don't we?
Well, we certainly need something at the moment. Jack Hopwood's double save is the closest that we've come, as Darnell Winter is beaten to the ball by Bailey, back inside the Kidlington after Gucci, who then just chips it out of play on that far side. And the game having started, Welwyn Garden City having started well, plenty of possession, plenty of pace about it, just taking one of those kind of mid-half breaks that sometimes you get in games with teams seemingly taking a bit of a breather. It's a throw-in on that far side. Sam Bailey, the 21-year-old left-back, will take it towards the halfway line onto the head of Charlie McDonald. Linton Goss goes up, but can't do a lot about it. The challenge that came in again from Bailey, again another attempt to take a throw-in on that far side of the field. Looks to play it down that left flank as makes its way all the way down and took a deflection in the end off of Josh Davies and goes out for a throw in the Welwyn Garden City, and Charlie McDonald chance to take a throw again. Was onto the head of Brad Watkins, up in the air, further on by Linton Goss, but controlled by Richards, but then punted hopefully on this near side. Where Josh Bryant goes up, wins the ball. Cyrus Babai will keep it in play. Finds Josh Bryant again. Josh turns inside Davis and plays it back to the goalkeeper, Charlie Crowley. Charlie for James Kolosky. Kolosky, who scored the winner last time out for Welwyn Garden City at Hartford. Nicely controlled by Gucci. Looks for Darnell Winter, but Sam Bailey was equal to it. But Welwyn Garden City will get another throw in. Charlie McDonald with another chance for a throw in, parallel to the edge of the Kidlington penalty area on that far side. But all goes wrong, and in the end the ball's out for a throw in to Kidlington. So just taking a bit of a break at the moment, isn't it? I mean, Welwyn Garden City started brightly. Kidlington had those couple of chances, but got a bit scrappy in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it is, as you said, you get that in games sometimes where sort of, teams have come out and, at quite a pace, and having a lot of the possession, then, you do get a 10-15 minute period sometimes where sort of, things calm down a little bit. And as you said, perhaps teams, conserving a little bit of energy and trying to suss, each other out a little bit more. So it could well be that.
Linda's taking another picture of us, She can't resist it. She's always taking pictures of us. It's coming down this side is a strong run by Piers Walton, which is ended by Josh Bryant's equally strong tackle, which takes the ball out of play for a throw-in to Kidlington. 16th on the table they are, 25 played, 28 points, just 3 points out of the relegation duo, which are Kempston and Tame at the moment. Kempston played 18 with 25 points. Goal difference means that it's likely those two are to stay in the bottom two, but the turn from Walton, and this time it's Kidlington looking for a free kick that they don't get, as McDonald's ball all the way through by Sexlinton Goss and gives Hotwood the chance to clear with the right boot onto the head of James Kolosky, on by Gucci. Cyrus Babai can't get it. Jack Smith back inside the Welwyn Garden City half. Scrappy it is at the moment, but it's brought down to play. Thomas Payne puts the ball forward, looking for Josh Davis. Payne again in action, threads it down this near side. Max Smith, the young fullback, missed it. He's on loan from Oxford United. He could well be playing in Kidlington in future. I'll tell you a bit about that at half time, because they've got plans in to build a brand new stadium. Josh Bryant will take the throw-in in front of us here. The referee not happy with Josh taking a couple too many steps forward. Josh will come back. A commentary position is it's about 5 yards inside the half, being defended by Kidlington in the low stand here at the Bexhurst. As on the edge of the area, it's Jack Smith who managed to get the ball clear, only as far as Brad Watkins. Gucci can't control it. Payne manages to get the ball, and then Gucci is wrestling away, and just a little touch of afters going on between Gucci and Sam Jenkins. The referee wants to get involved, and referee's going to want a little bit of a chat with the pair of them, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as you say, he's brought Gucci down, but Gucci obviously didn't like the manner of the tackle, and a little bit of handbags between the two of them, and referee just needs to calm them both down, I think.
No card, I think. He's got Brad Watkins, the Garden City skipper, there with Gucci, who's protesting his innocence to Mr. Barclay. But I think it's one more of those, and you're going to get a yellow card, son, is the message that's coming from our referee. Josh Bryant waits patiently in front of us, ready to take the throw-in when the game restarts. Gucci is sent away with a pat on the back from Brad Watkins, and the game will restart right in front of us with Josh Bryant's throw-in. Jack Facey got a bit of a smile on his face, obviously said something to his teammate. Josh Bryant's throws, Cyrus Babai does well, heads it down, but Richards gets it out, and he's as far as Bryant again, takes a deflection, and it's finally cleared on that far side by Jenkins, but McDonald's there, brings in Brad Watkins, who finds Darnell Winter. Darnell fires in the shot on the turn, and I don't know, was that a bit of frustration or what, but he really had to go some to score from there.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? I mean, the shot wasn't really on for him. I think, as you say, maybe a little bit of frustration, but I think there was definitely better options open to him.
0-0 we stand here on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf Direct, bringing you Step 4 football every Saturday throughout the season. It's kicked forward by Hotwood on to the head of Josh Steele. Linton Goss gets the ball at his feet and threads it out right hand side, looking for Darnell Winter, but Hotwood's starting position was good, and he comes out and collects the ball and then punts it downfield. Charlie McDonald heads it forward. Kolosky tries to keep it in play, he can't do so, and it'll be a throw in to Kidlington. Having looked at their goal scoring record, they've scored 14 goals before half time, 11 after. But the major thing for Kidlington have been outscored 26-11 in second half of games, and they've conceded a dozen goals in the last 10 minutes of games. So most of what's good about Kidlington has come in the first half in their matches. Scored in the first half against Ware last week, of course, and then well, according to Steve King's report anyway, withstood a Ware barrage, which gave them all 3 points. Charlie Crowley's going to take a free kick just in front of the dugout, being occupied by manager Mark Massingham and his assistant Scott Reynolds for Kidlington on that far side of the field as we approach the 38th minute of the match. Still looking for the first goal here at the Peckhurst. Charlie's kick, right foot is lofted down, headed on by Brad Watkins, out by Richards, forward by Bailey. Jack Vasey is there with Owen James, and Gucci manages to wrestle the ball away. In goes McDonald, and then a really untidy passage of play ends up with Sam Bailey punting it into the trees as a Kidlington player meanwhile has gone down in some discomfort. Looks like he might require a little bit of treatment from Shannon Crawford, who is there. Well, had this with Chris White last week. Therapist, sponge person, trainer, physio, whatever you call it. Shannon's doing the job anyway, and the game has restarted because he actually had gone off the pitch. So Kidlington momentarily anyway down to 10 men as the ball's volleyed out on this near side for a throw-in to Welwyn Garden City, and getting the sub warming up on that far side. Obviously a bit of concern from the Greens bench. Josh Bryant's taking the throw meanwhile for Welwyn Garden City. Gets the ball back off for Brad Watkins, plays it into the area looking for Darnell Winter, out by Richards, back in by McDonald, and in the end it harmlessly goes behind for a goal kick to the visitors, who are still down to 10 men. So on that far side of the field, some treatment being given to George Cowbridge, but glad to say he's now back up. Looks like he's going to be rejoining things in a minute or so. Kick forward by a Hotwood. McDonald deflects it on the centre line, but Josh Steele will get it back for Welwyn Garden City deep inside his own half. Linton Goss coming back, finds Charlie McDonald again, ball forward looking for Darnell Winter. Goss gets it back midway inside the Kidlington half. McDonald will bring in Gucci, who's got Thomas Payne all over him and does well to re-emerge with the ball. Finds Koloski to his left-hand side for Josh Steele. Two of them a little bit of keep ball between the central defenders. Koloski comes forward now, but rather aimlessly plays it straight at Richards. Ball headed forward, and neither side wants to keep hold of it at the moment as McDonald threads it down this near side to Cyrus Babai, who brings it down with the right boot. Cyrus going down the left wing here. A little bit of fancy footwork, then back to Josh Bryant. Josh turns inside, then back for Jack Vasey. Jack Vasey's ball looking for the edge of the area. Somebody get into the box, says the man made to my right, and he was absolutely correct, I think.
I think he was, yeah, definitely. It's you've got all that, people running down the left-hand side, all that space down there, but no one in the box for anyone to put any sort of dangerous crossing for.
Brad Watkins' ball forward is well watched by Jack Smith because he had Darnell Winter behind him. Clears it towards the halfway line. That's a ball won by Charlie McDonald, who still manages to maintain possession against Cowmeadow and then goes down and is fouled by the number 7. Right in front of Mark Weatherston there. Wonder what his thoughts are. His team have had plenty of possession, but clear-cut chances have been few and far between so far for the Citizens. As Jack Vasey picks it up inside the centre circle, right-footed ball looking for Josh Steele, who'd come up on the left-hand side here. So I wonder Kidlington was surprised. I was, see the central defender come up in the left wing position, but in the end he was a few yards offside. And so it's another free kick to Kidlington. Free kick to be taken by their keeper Jack Hotwood. Approaching a half time at the Packex. 41 minutes of the match gone. Half time we'll tell you about Kidlington. We'll have a Muppet link, of course. We'll have the golden boots, of course, for men and women as well, and just telling you where you can see your football action during the week as well. All that coming up at a half time. Meanwhile, Linton Goss is running against Richards on that far side. Goss goes down. Richards did a decent job. Put the ball out, and it will be a throw-in to Welwyn Gardens, to Kidlington rather. Be taken by their number 3, Sam Bailey. Bailey has got a reasonable throw on him. puts it towards the halfway line, brought down by Owen James. Decent turn by the number 10, who's then impeded by Charlie McDonald. So a free kick to the visitors from Oxfordshire. Will be taken on that far side by the left fullback Sam Bailey. Had really half chances of Kidlington. In fact, Bailey's going to leave it, and it will be Ben Richards, the 25-year-old central defender, who will take the kick with the left boot. A little bit of movement from Josh Davis, who ran from right to left across the area. Steele heads it down. Gucci will come away with it and stab it forward, but gets deflected by Jenkins as far as Linton Goss on the halfway line. Linton goes down under pressure from Jenkins. Nothing doing from the referee, but ball forward is a poor one, and Charlie Crowley can come out and collect it on the edge of his 6-yard box for Welwyn Garden City. Minute and a half plus time added on for stoppages. The end of the first half here, and we still await the first goal between Welwyn Garden City and Kidlington. Charlie Crowley's kick lands, in the end, does it take a throw? It looked to take a deflection off Max Smith, but didn't, and so will be a throw in to Kidlington, which I guess there will certainly be that Mark Massingham will be the happier of the two managers at half-time so far.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think Mark's going to be happy with what's gone on. As you said, they've had the bulk of the possession really, but neither team's really created, as you said earlier, any real clear-cut chance.
There's George Calmeadow going away on that left-hand side. He's been shadowed by Charlie McDonald, who does a good job. Comes up with a ball, does the young fullback. Long ball forward, looking for the runner, Linton Goss. Linton Goss has got in between Richards and Jack Smith here, waiting for the cavalry to arrive, so he has to go back midway inside the Kidlington half for Charlie McDonald. Back for Jack Vasey. Jack's ball on this near side. He's looking to search out Josh Bryant, who'd made the overlap. Josh will get the ball across the box, headed out from inside that penalty area by Max Smith, only as far as Jack Vasey. Brings in Gucci again. Gucci forward to the edge of the area for Linton Goss, flicks it up. Brad Watkins is going in, but Richards on the stretch will put it out for a throw in to Welwyn Garden City, far side of the field. It's going to be Charlie McDonald who will take the throw in for the citizens. Donnell Winter comes short. Winter towards the corner flag, turns inside George Calmeadow, puts it across the box, but at the near post it's easy meat for Jack Hotwood to collect it. As goalkeeper bounces the ball twice and then right-footed clears downfield. McDonald's beaten by Josh Davis, and Charlie Crowley this time has to come out to the edge of his area to collect the ball. We played just about a minute over the top from our referee, Mr. Barclay. Shouldn't imagine there'll be too much more to add on, and that any real stoppages in play. As all poor ball by Thomas Payne almost put his goalkeeper in trouble. Hobwood had to come out of the feet of Cyrus Babai. It was Payne's miscue, who almost gave Welwyn Garden City an opportunity. Throw in from Josh Bryant, finds Cyrus Babai. Gucci thought about the shot, does pull the trigger, and goalkeeper going to his left hand side, puts it round for a corner.
A great move there from Welwyn again. A great shot, and another fantastic save from Hopwood. And you think really, and if it wasn't for him, it does look like he's hurt himself a bit. I don't know if he's maybe hit the post or something. But, if it wasn't for him, Kidlington could quite easily be 2 down.
Well, it's difficult to see when he flew across. I think you're right. I think he might have collided with the goalpost. Good to save, turn it behind. But Donnell Winter, right arm up in the air. Will take the corner for Welwyn Garden City. Going for the near post. This time goalkeeper gets a punch back in by Josh Steele. Blocked by Thomas Payne. Jack Vasey thought about having a go, and then in the end was caught in two minds. And that's going to be the end of the action of the first half here at the Bexhurst, where we stand at Welwyn Garden City nil, Kidlington nil. Welwyn Garden City have had the best of the opportunities. Three good saves by Jack Hopwood in the Kidlington goal. They've had a half chances at the other end on the break, but we still await here for the deadlock to be broken.
Yeah, I mean, decent first half. As we said, Welwyn Garden City, they came out of the blocks. Started really well in the first 10-15 minutes, and it's good work. A couple of great saves from Jack Hopwood. That last one just coming up just before that corner, just before the ref blew the whistle for half time. But I think Mark's going to be a little bit disappointed that they've not created a little bit more or taken more opportunity of the possession and the chances that they've had. So as you said, I think Kidlington will definitely be the happier out of the two with those 45 minutes.
Well, a very happy father in front of us as well. Cyrus Bye-Bye with his baby daughter here, who's just gives us thumbs up as he walks by. Really nice to see. I wonder if that must be her first home game, I think, mustn't it? Cyrus's daughter, I think.
Yeah, it must be.
It's got to be her first home game. Yeah. So hopefully she'll bring Dad some luck in the second half. This is the half-time sequence on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf Direct. Wherever you're joining us from, welcome along. We've reached, I can't remember, I lost count of the number of countries that we've been heard on this season. And if you're listening from Oxfordshire and following Kidlington, a very warm welcome. I can tell you a little bit about Kidlington. We're listening from Kidlington. You probably need to go and make a cup of tea now because you know all this stuff, but going to tell you anyway. Kidlington is 5 miles north of Oxford, between the River Cherwell and the Oxford Canal. It's got a population of just over 13,500, but it's still termed a village, and that's been a bit of a bone of contention with the locals. They like it that way because they overturned an attempt to alter it to town status in 1987. They all had a vote, and 83% of the voters said, wait a minute, we still want to be a village. We don't want to be a town. So Kidlington is officially still a village. The railway station was designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, opened in 1862, but unfortunately closed under the Beeching Cuts in 1964. Still a very nice building. Got 7 pubs, 2 cafes and 4 restaurants. And it's home to Oxford Airport, which is a pilot training school which has attracted students from over 40 countries around the world. And the village has had a brass band since 1892 and a football club since 1909. That's when Kidlington were founded. Oxford United have laid plans for a new all-electric stadium at the Triangle near Kidlington. It's going to be 16,000 all-seater to include enough solar panels to boil 3 million 3-litre kettles every year. How do people work these things out? I have no idea. You can read all that, by the way, on the Kidlington Voice website, which I've got to give a big up to because it's one of the best village websites I've ever seen. There is all sorts of stuff up there on the Kidlington Voice. So that brings us neatly around to our Muppet Link. Now, our Muppet Link, this is a bit round the houses, this one, so stick with it. But in 2016, the story emerged on the BBC that Kidlington was the destination for hordes of Japanese tourists. They were found wandering around the streets, taking pictures and smiling at the locals. And it was later revealed that a Japanese tourist company was dropping off their clients who didn't want to pay the $68 they were charging for a tour around nearby Blenheim Palace. So they were dropping off all the Chinese tourists who were then going a nice walk around Kidlington, making friends with the locals. Okay, so Japan, tourists, Kidlington, which moves us on to Muppets, because the Muppets have many historical links with Japan, which include a visit by Sesame Street characters of Big Bird and Barclay, and they made a film of their visit to Japan called Big Bird in Japan. Never quite seen it, might look it up on Netflix or wherever. And also in Muppet episode 505, Animal joined actor James Coburn and the Tokyo Tai Chi Karate and Chowder Society. Like to be a member of that. In a Japanese square dance. And also Jim Henson's film, he was the creator of the Muppets, of course. Dark Crystal was the biggest selling movie in Japan in 1983. Is that not a direct link between Kidlington and the Muppets?
There you go, you've done it again. Every single time you amaze me. I mean, Pete, what can I say? Well done. Fantastic.
All I've got left is I've got to find Muppet links between Aylesbury and Kings Langley, because they're the only two teams you haven't seen this season.
You'll do that, no problem. No problem. I mean, after that, you're going to have to either wait for next season when we get a few new teams, or as I said before, pick another, cartoon show or something to find links with for next week, next season even. So we'll decide on that post-season. But there we go. Right, so I'm going to bring you up to date with everything that's happening in the Southern League this afternoon. Most of these are half times. There was a couple that were not quite updated on Twitter. So Bedford Town, they are playing Hadley. They have a 2-1 lead at the break. It's 0-0 between Kempston Rovers and Waltham Abbey. There's plenty of goals at Kings Langley. They're facing AFC Dunstable, and Kings Langley have a 3-2 lead at half-time in that game. It's 0-0 between Stockfold and Cirencester Town. And Tame United versus Barton Rovers. That is 1-0 to the hosts there at half-time. And in the two games featuring our local clubs, down the road at the Smile IT Stadium, between Hertford Town and Aylesbury United, it is 1-1 there. No surprise, Pete, to hear that Brian Garzon has got the Hertford goal.
Just readjust the golden boot. Yeah, okay.
And at Northley against Ware, it is 1-0 to the visitors. Jack Grosvenor with the goal. And speaking of Ware, and I mean I'm sure you've got it there in your notes, Pete. So I hope I'm not jumping the goal there, but. Just want to say it's fantastic to see that Lee Rose was back training with the boys and back with the game together. So fantastic news for him, and obviously Louis. So we wish you all the best, and look forward to seeing you more very, very soon.
Yeah, great news that Lewis has completed his treatment. Been there, seen it, got the T-shirt, mate. So it's glad to see you back with the boys there at Ware. Right, with a hasty readjustment of the golden boot, thanks to Brian Garzon, it stands like this. Evan Mabona of Hatfield Town, I mean, hats off to the man. 28 goals so far this season for him. Jamie Marshall of Hertford Heath has got a couple recently. He's on to 20. Kamani Collington of Hatfield Town has 19. Then we've got Adam Bayliss of Hertford Heath, and now Brian Garzon of Hertford, who've both got 15. Brad Watkins has 14, who we're watching today, of course. And Louis Debenham of Westmill has 14. And when I'm mentioning Westmill, great result for them. They played in the Norman Appleby Trophy quarter-final last night. Game played at St Margaret's-Bury. Finished Hertford Heath 0, Westmill 2. So Westmill now play Chipperfield Corinthians in the semi-final on the 23rd of March. And they're the only team from the First Division left in the competition.
Yeah, I mean that's good considering. I mean, because Hertford Heath had a fantastic win. I think it was last weekend, wasn't it, when they beat Hinton 6-1. So I mean that's a great performance from Westmill. So well done to everyone there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they were celebrating at the Fox at Aspenden, and a few drinks for the boys. If you want to go and watch some football this week, quite a bit of local action. On Tuesday there's action here at the Bexhurst, Welwyn Garden City against Kempston. There's also action in the Thurlow Non-League Division 1 South, St Margaret's-Bury at home to Southend Manor. On Wednesday, talking of Hertford Heath, they've got a game played at St Margaret's-Bury in the Hart Senior County League against Sandridge Rovers. And on Thursday there's going to be action here where we are, with AFC Welwyn playing in South Midlands League Division 2 against Old Bradwell United. So plenty of action for you to watch in the coming week. Next week, of course, it's non-league day.
It is, yes, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, obviously, with the the clubs, trying to promote non-league day, get you down supporting your local club. Obviously, it's always done during the international break as well. So if you aren't planning on going to a game next Saturday, do make sure you do it. Whether it's whether your local club's got an away match and you can't travel there, but go and find someone to show your support to. Definitely.
Absolutely, and we will be showing our support as always on the non-league day, and we've got a cracker of a fixture as well. This time next week we'll be at Watson Park, where against current league leaders Bedford. Plenty for where to prove. They lost 7-1 at the New Erie earlier on in the season, of course. And also they lost their centre-forward Liam Dawson to Bedford, so there's going to be no love lost between those two sides. And it's going to be a really interesting afternoon at Watson Park, live from 2:55.
Yeah, definitely one to look forward to. And I will just say quickly, Liam isn't on the score sheet today, so hopefully he'll stay quiet next week as well. I'll bring you up to date with the women's golden boot. Say bring you up to date, Pete. There's no change from last week. There was only one of our sides playing last week. That was Hertford Town. They beat Southend United Community 3-1, and now they've moved up to fourth in the table in the Eastern Region Women's Division 1 South, and I think that's fantastic. Watson Park are down in 9th, I think it is. But fantastic for Hertford, their first season at that level, and to be fourth is fantastic for them. So really great work from them. But you've got an 8-goal lead in the men's golden boot. There's an 8-goal lead in the women's golden boot as well. With Paige Pryor from St Margaret's, she is on 24. Laura Cousins of Sherrard's Wood is on 16. Then we have two Watson Park players. We've got Sophie Vale from Watson Park on 15, and Christina O'Connell, she is on 12. Jessica Duff from Derry Rangers, she is on 11, as is Claire Cranfield from Sherrard's Wood.
And excellent result actually that for Hertford, weren't they? Southend Community were they second in the table, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean a great result for them, and I think the work that Tom and Danny and everyone's doing there is fantastic, and the way that sort of they've amalgamated well, their first season as well in amalgamating with the men's team, isn't it? Where they sort of all come together as one and working together as one club, and it's things are paying off for both sides, it seems. Yeah,
promotion push next season, hopefully, and hopefully we'll get down there to cover a couple of games as well. Looking at those half-time scores, then with Tame in front and Kempston only drawing. Kempston will go back to the bottom of the table, but Kidlington's gap between them and the bottom two will be down at 3 points if they don't get something out of this one. So important game for them in Oxfordshire, and team's taken a bit of a while to come back out. Normally when we've gone all through that, done the Muppet Link and everything else, the teams are back out on the pitch, but not so far. Of course, one thing happened in a week, bit of transfer news that Bedford were at it again, signing Rio da Silva from Kempston to add to their already fairly large squad. And interesting here with Welwyn Garden City, I was hearing James Mully's away, a couple more, and a couple of players they've lost here on dual registration to Campton Sheffield and Campton Town, or is it Campton Town and Sheffield? I'll never get it the right way round. But and one of them being Henry Jones, which is a bit of a surprise to me because we saw him play at Kempston a few weeks ago, and he looks a real prospect as a teenager. And I guess Mark Weatherston wanted to give him some first team football.
Yeah, I guess that's it's obviously important to to keep that fitness up, and obviously there's no fitness like playing regular first team football, but I'm sure there's a reason behind the decision from Mark, and hopefully, as you say, he'll get some minutes under his belt that he needs.
Yeah, I guess possibly the signing of Linton Goss means, to be fair to young Henry, his chances in the first team would be a little bit limited as the two teams do come out. There haven't been any changes by either manager, so I can take you through lineups. Welwyn Garden City with Charlie Crowley in goal, Charlie McDonald on loan from St Albans making his debut at right back, Josh Bryan at left back, James Koloski and Josh Steele are the central defenders, Jack Vasey, Gucci and Brad Watkins in midfield, and a front three of Darnell Winter, Linton Goss and Cyrus Babai. As far as Kidlington are concerned, Jack Hotwood in goal, two fullbacks are Max Smith and Sam Bailey. Jack Smith and Ben Richards, the central defenders, and then in midfield Sam Jenkins, Thomas Payne and Owen James, with Piers Walton, Josh Davis and George Calmedo, the front three. So those are our two lineups, and hopefully the second half will give us something we didn't have in the first, which is a goal, which both teams are seeking for different reasons, because when you look at the fact that AFC Dunstable are down at the moment against Kings Langley, and Hertford are only drawing as well, and Cirencester also, win here for Welwyn Garden City could be very, very nice indeed, with 3 points taking them closer towards those promotion places. So referee's out, everybody's out. We're just about to get underway with Kidlington kicking off, kicking from right to left in their green and white squared fronts with green backs, and away we go as referee Mr. Barclay sounds the whistle. Kick forward, headed forward by Charlie McDonald, returned with interest by Bailey, and goes behind for a goal kick to Welwyn Garden City. Their stats, by the way, in the second half of the game, they've been remarkably equal. 26 scored in the first half, 27 in the second, so no real preference for Mark Weatherstone's team. It's been Kidlington has been shipping goals after half time, and something I'm sure that their manager Mark Massingham will be pretty much aware of. It's one thing being aware of it, it's another thing doing something about it. Charlie Crowley's kick isn't the best, only lands on the halfway line on Jenkins' head, but it's pushed forward by McDonald. The ball then finds its way on this near side as George Calmedo tries to take the ball, and in the end it goes out for a throw-in to Welwyn Garden City, which McDonald will take for them. Throws the ball to down the line, held by Brad Watkins. Darnell Winter just controls it before it goes out of play. It is then put out of play by Sam Bailey, and McDonald will get another chance to take the throw in from this near side of the field. Charlie McDonald then will put the ball to the edge of the area for Darnell Winter, and then absolutely whips across, which bisects everybody. Cyrus Babai tries to keep it in on the far side, but can't do so, and so it's going to be a throw in to Kidlington. It's going to be taken by Max Smith, who makes his way into Oxford United's first team. Of course, could be playing his football in Kidlington if they get that new all-electric stadium together. Cyrus Babai brings the ball down. Linton Goss involved as well. It squirms away, but Jack Vasey now has it for Welwyn Garden City. Plays it forward. Nobody behind it. The ball will go out for a goal kick. And I guess the one thing and the one problem for Mark Weatherstone here is that he's got nothing on the bench really to change the game, unfortunately.
No, this is the problem that we were saying, wasn't it, before kick-off. You know, we've only, I say 4 subs, and obviously he's named himself, but he's not going to come on. But we've only 3 subs. He's and two defenders. He's got no really sort of players that are going to have that sort of impact and change the game. If they need a couple of goals.
Well, at the moment they could do with just one, as Brad Watkins plays it forward. Richards has control on the edge of the area, because he had Winter behind him and does. Welwyn Garden City look to get it back with Gucci, but then he's wrestling with Owen James, and it's going to be a free kick to the visitors from Kidlington. So we're the only one of our teams in front at the moment. Jack Grosvenor, his 7th appearance in a wear shirt and his first goal for them. And when we look back on signings of the season, certainly his name will be mentioned amongst our 3 teams. Brad Watkins and Brian Garzon must be certainly be up there as well. Kick forward by Jack Hotwood is on to the head of Josh Bryant, who knows Hertford Town well, of course. His former club came here via a little trip to Cheshunt. It didn't really work out for him. heads the ball forwards, then comes back off Thomas Payne. Linesman's flag goes up far side. It's going to be a free kick, which Charlie Crowley will take. It's interesting to see Charlie out the team for a few games at the beginning of this year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he sort of he had any sort of little knock or anything like that, but I'm sure he was chomping at the bit to get back into the side, and he's obviously in the team for today.
Yeah, the only goalkeeper in Southern League Division 1 Centre who's been up Kilimanjaro this season. I don't think anybody else has done that. As ball lands inside the Welwyn Garden City half, Gucci, nice layoff to Jack Vasey, looking for Darnell Winter. Here's Winter inside the box, tries to put it onto the right foot, now onto the left. Good save by Hopwood, he's near post again. Darnell Winter will get it back. Goalkeeper had come out, he's gone back onto his line. Jack Hopwood's kept Kidlington in the game yet again. Jack faces cross far post. Cyrus Babai goes up as the Brad Watkins goes down. Ball goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, another great save, wasn't it, from Hopwood? I mean, that's the third one now, and I think Kidlington really have him to thank for them still being here at 0-0.
Well, don't know. Winter was definitely sensing his 11th goal of the season there. Thought about the right foot, shifted it onto the left. Good save by the goalkeeper on his near post. Brad Watkins is back up, by the way, and trotting towards the halfway line as Hopwood prepares to take the goal kick. He's been around. He's a good goalkeeper at this level, is Jack Hopwood. I was saying he's been at Tring Athletic, Aylesbury United as well. Now very much part of the setup at Kidlington. Right-footed downfield, lands on the halfway line on the head of James Kolofsky. Darnell Winter nips it on to Linton Goss, who's got Richards behind him. Linton Goss still with the ball, plays it out to Cyrus Babai on the edge of the box. Cyrus miscontrols the first time and then sends in Brad Watkins. Watkins cross, looking for the far post. Winter hadn't read it, but will now keep the ball in. Darnell Winter pulls the ball back to McDonald midway inside the Kidlington half. Charlie McDonald lofts it down the line as Gucci approaches and Bailey decides safety first and heads the ball out for a throw-in to the Citizens, which Charlie McDonald will go across to take for them. Looking for a bit of movement. We're getting a lot at the moment. Linton Goss now offers a little bit, and so does Darnell Winter. Winter puts the ball back to McDonald, who finds Linton Goss, left-hand edge of the area, pulls the ball across. Not quite sure if that was a cross or a shot. In the end, Kidlington dealt with it, but Josh Bryant does well to wrestle the ball back. As Linton Goss fires in the shot. Hopwood again has to parry it away, and clearance will be completed by Max Smith. So the goalkeeper in action again. It was perhaps a bit more of a routine save, but still had a bit of pace behind it from Linton Goss.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I think he might have caught him unawares, because it seemed to turn right at the last minute. It just looked fairly straight, and then it just took a turn to the left.
Here's Cyrus Babai with another one that the goalkeeper has to pour away to this near side, kept in by Linton Goss, and Welwyn Garden City started the second half very much as they started the first. Linton's cross headed away at the near post. James Kolofsky now may fancy his chances, but chips it to that far side, headed out by Jack Smith, only as far as Josh Steele plays it on this near side for Charlie McDonald. Charlie's ball directs from right to left, looking for Josh Bryant, and there's a little bit of clash on the edge of the area, and in the end the ball will go out with a throw-in for Kidlington. So it has been Jack Hopwood that stood between Welwyn Garden City and a lead here at the Backhurst. We're still 0-0 in Southern League Division 1 Central. A point, not really what the doctor ordered from Mark Weatherston's team. They'd move up to 36 points. But a win today here would take them up to 38 and put them right on the fringes of the playoff zone. It's throw-in on the far side at Kidlington at the moment. Sam Jenkins will take the throw-in down the line. Bounces off the head, I think, of Josh Steele. And lineman's flag went up on that far side. I think he spotted something. I think it's going to be a free kick to the Greens, as in their nickname. And it's going to be taken by the right full-back Matt Smith. As Welwyn Garden City have left Linton Goss forward. Winter is midway inside his own half. Everybody else aiming towards the edge of that 18-yard box. Kick comes in from Smith. Should be easy for Charlie Crowley, who backpedaling collects it comfortably just in front of the goal line. Kick forward by Charlie. Linton Goss there makes a nuisance of himself against Smith, and Darnell Winter almost put Cyrus Babai through on that far side, but couldn't. But Charlie McDonald, who's looked pretty solid so far, manages to win the ball away from Calmedo and send Darnell Winter going on the right-hand side of the area. Jack Facey and Owen James go in, both go down. It's going to be a free kick to Kidlington. Jack seems to have come a little bit worse off of that. Always a bit of a worry with him when he goes down, because he's had a terrible injury record, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and I think, like you say, you see that happen. You see him, holding his ankle, or he's hobbling a little bit as he's there, and you do fear, don't you?
It's going to be a free kick to Kidlington, which certainly man of the match so far, Jack Hotwood. He's going to take a number of notable saves made by the goalkeeper. Probably the best was the first two, the double save, although then pushing Gucci's shot behind for a corner as the ball breaks inside the Welwyn Garden City box, and Charlie Crowley has to come out and smother it on the edge of the 6-yard box out to Brad Watkins. Brad approaching the halfway line, coming infield. Charlie McDonald's making the overlap on this near side if he can find him. Plays, but Charlie has to turn back a little bit. Finds Brad Watkins again, looking for Darnell Winter right side of the box. Pulls the ball across the box, up in the air by Jack Smith. And clearance should be completed by Sam Bailey, who punts it down this side, but in the end it goes out of play, and McDonald will take the throw in for Welwyn Garden City. Making his debuts look pretty solid, Charlie McDonald. Yeah,
I think he has. I mean, he's put in a good performance, and he seems to have slotted nicely into the team, doesn't he?
It's going to be a free kick again to Kidlington on this near side in front of us, and the stand here at the Pegshurst. It's going to be taken by Ben Richards. Right-footed long kick forward, and Charlie Crowley just collects it on the edge of his 6-yard box. Kicks it out on that far side, looking for Cyrus Babai, but he got it all wrong as well. With final weekend of the Six Nations, of course. A little bit of rugby there, I think. Richard's long kick, and then Charlie headed for touch. England against France a little bit later on, of course, as Josh Bryant gives away the free kick on that far side of the field. It's Calmedo who goes down, and Kidlington have themselves a free kick midway inside the Welwyn Garden City half. The number 11 Piers Walton, who seems to be the man for a dead ball situation, he's going to take the kick on that far side. Darnell Winter and Linton Goss are forward for Mark Weatherstone's team. Everybody else in a defensive capacity, although Cyrus Babai is a one-man wall there. I think the ball's going to bisect him, and does. Goes into the box onto the head of Jack Facey, and Darnell Winter and McDonald should sort it out, and in the end the ball's put out of play on this near side by Thomas Payne for a throw-in to Welwyn Garden City. We've had 12 minutes of the second half here. 90 minutes live in association with Easy Shelf Direct. Pete and Simon with you as we are every Saturday, bringing you Step 4 football involving Hertfordware and Welwyn Garden City. Half-time, Hertford were 1-1 with Aylesbury United, Ware led North Lee with a goal from Jack Grosvenor. And here, of course, we still await the first goal of the afternoon. Sam Bailey's going to take the throw-in right in front of us for Kidlington. A few substitutes are warming up on that far side as Brad Watkins punts it forward. Linton Goss will be beaten to it by Jack Smith. High up and under on that far side. Brings in Walton. Walton brings it down for Jenkins. Gets the ball caught under his feet. Has a second go of it and then lobs it out for a goal kick on that far side. Well, maybe they are thinking about a change, because there's all three substitutes, the Welwyn Garden substitutes, Alex Harris, Ryan Kerwin and Adam Pollock. But, can't really see, to be fair to all of them, I can't see one of them really changing the game. Adam Pollock perhaps the closest one to an attacking threat, as Charlie Crowley takes a goal kick from the goal away to our left-hand side. Brad Watkins is just beaten to it by Jenkins, then forward by Kolofsky. Smith's got to watch it, and in the end 2 bounces straight into the arms of the goalkeeper Hotwood. Right-footed downfield onto the head of Josh Steele. It's going to land inside the centre circle with Brad Watkins. Plays the ball back to Charlie McDonald down the line for Cyrus Pabbai, who's swapped over to this side. No Winter going down the left. Lovely turn by Gucci. Great ball to Cyrus Pabbai, right hand side of the box. Real opportunity now. Pulls it across. But it's good defending again by Kidlington, who managed to get it clear. It's an absolute page of a pass by Gucci, who then goes in and robs Calmeadow of the ball and gets an appreciative round of applause from the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, that was great work, wasn't it? He's timed that tackle really well. He's running level with him. He's just making sure gets slightly ahead of him just to get his foot in ahead of the ball, and done that, and puts it out for a Kidlington throw.
Opportunity though, went back in for Welwyn Garden City again. Cyrus Pabbai away down the right hand side. It's going to be Sam Bailey who's going to take the throw. Surely not from there. But referee's going to let him get away with it. That's not where the ball went off. At Bailey's throat down the line, Cyrus Pabbai heads it out, and Jenkins goes right over the top of Brad Watkins for a free kick to Welwyn Garden City. Charlie Crowley is coming out and will take that kick. And, next goal is going to be a pretty important one in this game, because when Kidlington have gone behind this season, they've failed to come back to win a game. They've come back to draw twice and lost on the other 9 occasions they've conceded the first goal. Headed up in the air by Richards, back down by Gucci. Linton Goss gets involved. Winter brings in Jack Facey, who fires in the shot, and the Hotwood, diving away to his left-hand side, grabs it at the second attempt. Always difficult, bit of a bumpy surface here, and certainly well worth a try, but goalkeeper's been equal to everything thrown at him so far, as Brad Watkins controls it inside the centre circle nicely, brings in Gucci. Gucci rides the tackle from Jenkins. Gucci still coming forward. He'll fancy the shot, but won't like the result as he pumps it over the top of the crossbar. And again, this half rather developing the way the first half did, and you feel that they need to do something a little bit different.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they've had the opening 10 minutes of this half, created a couple of really good chances, but things seem to have calmed down a little bit more, and games being played at a bit of a slower pace now, and Welwyn Garden City, I'm sure Mark will want to get that goal in as soon as they can, and I think he'll be wondering how they're not 1-0 up at least already. 16
minutes of the second half gone, 0-0. Waiting for the deadlock to be broken here at the Bexhurst as James Kolofsky skies eyes one of the afternoon from inside the Welwyn Garden City half. Cyrus Pabbai is challenging for it, and then Bailey almost beats Kolofsky in terms of height and distance, and it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper Charlie Crowley. Charlie's ball forward, lands at the feet of Cyrus Pabbai. Good control by Cyrus, comes forward. He's on the edge of the area, hasn't got too much support. He's got Linton Goss out right now. Linton Goss fires the ball against Sam Bailey, and it goes behind for the first corner of the second half for Welwyn Garden City in their 10th of the game, which Durnhill Winter will come across to take on this near side of the field. Have had the better opportunities. The goalkeeper's made some good saves, but still it's 0-0. And when you get to this business end of the season, it doesn't really matter how we win. It's all about getting those 3 points. Durnhill Winter's corner then comes across. This time goes to the far post. They're all up, and the header came in this time from Josh Steele, but straight into the arms of Hotwood, who clears, looking for George Cowmeadow. He's there with McDonald, but Josh Bryant will sort that out. And his long ball forward could put you on there for Welwyn Garden City. He's brought down by Linton Goss just outside the area. Goss has got Cyrus Babai, who's pulled to this right-hand side. The ball pushes Cyrus a bit wider than he'd liked. Back to Charlie McDonald. McDonald's ball across the box. Nobody deals with it. And in the end, it's just punted up into the air. Cyrus Babai goes up. Jack Vasey heads it towards the Kidlington area, away by Thomas Payne, onto the head of Koloski. Payne gets it back again. It's Josh Davis. Haven't seen a great deal of him. Push the ball forward, looking for Piers Walton, but he's offside. Kidlington not happy with the decision, but I think the referee's assistant got it just about bang on. As forward comes Brad Watkins for Welwyn Garden City. Game's picked up a bit of pace again. Josh Bryant has to turn away from Walton and bring in Watkins again. Lets the ball drift towards the halfway line and then comes in this direction towards James Koloski. Koloski on the near side for Charlie McDonald. Charlie McDonald all the way back into his own half for Charlie Crowley. Charlie Crowley for Josh Steele. Josh Steele for James Koloski. Taking a while to get out of their own half. They do now as Koloski comes forward. Fires the ball on that far side looking for Darnell Winter, but it's fairly easily dealt with by Max Smith. Jack Vasey back in possession for Welwyn Garden City. Finds Brad Watkins in front of the Kidlington dugout, far side for Josh Bryant, who's in advanced position on that left-hand side. And Watkins' ball is easy meat for Richards. The up and under onto the head of Josh Steele. Forward by Walton. Davis is outnumbered 3-1, and Koloski just volleys it towards the halfway line. McDonald controls it well for Vasey, whose ball forward looks to send Darnell Winter in, but Hotwood once again at a good starting position and just puts it out on this near side of the field for a throw-in to Welwyn Garden City, which Charlie McDonald, the teenage fullback, will take. Looking for some movement. Linton Goss is held off by Bailey, who just heads it out, and McDonald advances just a little bit further up this near side touchline for the Citizens. Gets the ball back from Gucci, then chips it forward. Look for Linton Goss's run. Richards is there. Goss there as well. Richards turns away from Linton Goss, thumps it against the Welwyn Garden City man, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. And I've got to say, talking about Welwyn Garden City players, I think he's looked pretty solid, Ben Richards, in dealing with Linton Goss, who is not an easy character to mark. No,
he's not, is he? And he can cause a lot of trouble for defenders. He's very difficult to mark. He's quick on his feet as well. And as you say, Richards has done a good job so far of keeping him quiet this afternoon.
Kick forward by Hotwood onto the halfway line. Thump forward by Josh Steele. Cyrus Babai is there with the aforementioned Ben Richards, who does well again. Clears for Owen James, who brings it down and then threads it out on the far side for Walton. Davis is in the box. That's who he's aiming for, Josh Davis. Oh, and Charlie Crowley just going the wrong way. Manages to stretch out an arm and stop a ball that could have been dribbling into the back of the net.
Yeah, that could have been dangerous. A great cross. He's come floating right across. And as you say, Charlie's chasing that ball to get ahead of the attacker. He's just managed to knock it back, and Charlie's sort of like almost reached backwards to prevent it going in.
Well, always difficult for a goalkeeper when you haven't had much to do. And Charlie did what he had to do there and did it well. Max Smith thumps the ball off of Darnell Winter on the far side. And Kidlington will have a throw in right on the halfway line. So we've had 22 minutes of the second half here. Still waiting an elusive first goal. Ball headed up in the air by Josh Steele. Certainly the most likely has been from Welwyn Garden City, but as Josh Davis showed, you can't write off Kidlington. And certainly it'll be a major fillip for them if they manage to get something away from this one, as they look nervously over their shoulders at the drop zone at the bottom of the league. 2 go down, of course, this season. Throw in to be taken on the far side. It's going to be the number 11 Piers Walton, who is going to take it, and looks like it's going to be a long throw from the way everybody else is assembled by the 6-yard box. Comes back across the box and punted forward by Davis, but Charlie Crowley will come out and collect it fairly comfortably, and then right-footed downfield, looked to send Cyrus Babai running, but it was a good header that came in from Jenkins. Owen James has lost the ball, but in the end Jack Smith punts it towards the Welwyn Garden City area. McDonald's clearance is none too sure, but Brad Watkins will get it to Josh Steele, and Josh Steele starts to move forward over the halfway line. Steele does well, finds Gucci's ball forward, almost releases Darnell Winter. Max Smith is in the way, and it's a flurry of legs, and the ball is volleyed forward by Thomas Payne, only as far as Josh Steele. Jack Vasey has it for Welwyn Garden City. Is Josh Steele again, still inside his own half. Plays the ball to his right, to his central defensive partner, James Koloski. Koloski looking for the run of Darnell Winter on the far side, but he's put it over Winter's head, but he does manage to retrieve it, but in the end he can't keep it in play, and the ball will go out for a throw in, and we have our first substitution of the afternoon, which is going to be by Kidlington. It's going to be Connor Taylor who's going to come on, and Sam Bailey who goes off. So Connor Taylor rather, comes on. Sam Bailey, who's the number 3, operating at left back. We'll see if Mark Massigan wants to change the way things are, or whether he's just swapping one full back for another one. As Taylor, who is a defender, comes on, and it does very much look like he's swapping one left back for another one. So it's not going to change the pattern too much. It does increase the number of very bright orange boots on the pitch, as Brad Watkins has it in the area, but there's a linesman's flag up on this near side, because we've now got Josh Bryant, Jack Vasey and Connor Taylor, who's come on and wearing the Linda Babai boots here.
It seems to be maybe it's the colour of choice this season.
Yeah, maybe we should get some. But it's going to be a free kick to Kidlington, which will be taken by their keeper, Jack Hopwood, who's very much kept the Oxfordshire side in the game this afternoon, with some excellent goalkeeping. Right-footed, his kick lands so well. There was a little bit of wrestling between Owen James and Josh Steele, and Kidlington it is who get the free kick out of that one, which will be taken some 10 yards inside the Welwyn Garden City half on the right-hand side of the field. It's going to be young Max Smith who will take the free kick for them. Mark Weatherston just prowling around with his hands in his pockets. That technical area, he won't be happy with what he's seen so far, as the kick goes far too long once again, and Charlie Crowley can collect it quite easily, and does. Right-footed downfield, leaving Linton Goss is on the edge of the area. Hopwood's out to collect it, put it towards Piers Walton, who goes up, can't get the ball, and Josh Bryant has. Josh's ball looking for Darnell Winter, and once again there's a flag up on this near side of the field. And Julian Davis, the referee's assistant, to show that Darnell Winter got himself into an offside position. Let's wondering if Mark Weatherston might swap the two wide players. In fact, going to be another substitution here, as I say that, for Kidlington. It's going to be George Calmedo who goes off, and it's going to be Meke Basaba Grant who's going to come on.
Calmedo is number 12, Mekel Basasa Grant.
So Basasa Grant comes on to wear 12 to play in perhaps a slightly more advanced role. So I think this has changed things just a little bit for Kidlington. He's promising young striker, just 18 years of age, come through the Kidlington youth system. It looks like Walton's going to come over to this near side and Basaka Grant is going to go over to that right-hand side. So throw in. So Kidlington team making the changes. No signs of any change from Welwyn Garden City. All their substitutes are sat on the bench as Jack Vasey picks the ball up, fires it towards Linton Goss, takes the deflection. Cyrus Babai can't control it on the halfway line, and in the end I think one of the Kidlington players came the worse off. I think he got the ball thumped at him and has gone down in a heap just the other side of the centre circle. He's now gingerly, he's upon his haunches and about to get up. I don't think there's any physio involvement required as players take the opportunity to go and get a drink by the dugout, the far side. It's Piers Walton who was the player who was down. So coming up to the half-hour mark of this second half, last 15 minutes. And, it's interesting to see what you do here, isn't it? If you're Kidlington, do you start putting a few players behind the ball because a draw would be a reasonable scoreline for them after the end of the game, or do you push a few more players forward and risk getting caught at the back? Always interesting decisions for managers around about this time in games.
Yeah, I mean it's a difficult one, isn't it? And, obviously, 1 point would be quite decent for them, but do you take that risk and, as you say, push players forward looking for all three? It's stick or twist, isn't it, really, for them?
Well, as Linton Goss plays the ball out to Brad Watkins forward, looking for Cyrus Babai, but once again Jack Smith, who also has looked dependable in the heart of that Kidlington defence, gets the ball. Welwyn Garden City have got it back with Vasey. Vasey turns inside the centre circle and brings in James Kolosky. Could do with one of those from halfway now, or anything, going towards the net all the way to our right-hand side. Josh Bryant forward for Gucci. Seems to have lost a bit of momentum in their attacks, the Citizens, but it's Charlie McDonald trying to pick up some. Plays it forward to Darnell Winter on the edge of the area. Winter back for McDonald. McDonald's ball far side has got Brad Watkins in the area. Brad puts it in to the top of the net. He curls in his 15th goal of the season, and that is just what Welwyn Garden City needed. Not a lot seems to be on. Hopwood stopped everything that's been thrown at him, but he couldn't stop that one as Brad Watkins curls it in to the top corner of the net. We've got 14 minutes left here at the Backsurfs. Deadlock broken. Welwyn Garden City 1, Kidlington 0.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic goal, wasn't it? He's, as you say, he's curled that into the corner and placed it really well, and no chance for Hopwood to reach that one.
Great goal from Brad Watkins, 15 for the season for Brad. He moves up the 90 minutes live in association with Easy Shelf Golden Boot. And Welwyn Garden City are looking at only their third home win of the season. And Kidlington now with Mark Massingham, well, it's not stick or twist now, it's definitely twist. He's got to push his team forward if they're not going to go down to their ninth away defeat of the season. It's been an interesting game rather than a classic, but it's certainly been settled, and you always thought it'd either be a mistake or a moment of class that might settle this game. Well, it's a moment of class from Brad Watkins, curled it in to the top corner beyond the despairing grasp of Jack Hopwood. And that statistic now comes home to bite for Kidlington, when they've conceded the first goal this season in the league. They have not gone on to win. Welwyn Garden City, though, have lost 4 times when they've scored the first goal. So could do with a bit of insurance as Kidlington have a chance to come forward. Far side of the field. Throw-in comes in. Edge of the area. Owen James scuffs the shot and it's cleared by Charlie McDonald. As far as Linton Goss is well beaten in the air by Richards. On that far side of the field. The ball is in the possession of the team from Oxfordshire. The cross comes over and it's a good header by Charlie McDonald away from Piers Walton. Looked to be sniffing on the edge of the area. Walton's got it back. McDonald, though, once again, shrugs his man aside and continues his very competent debut. The ball on this near side will find its way back to Hotwood. We're fast approaching the last 10 minutes of the match. And remember that statistic, 12 goals conceded this season by Kidlington in the last knock-ins of games. We're on the edge of the area. Owen James' shot goes over the top of the crossbar. He holds his head, and that was a real opportunity for 1-1.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? A great chance there, and I think his eyes looked lit up a little bit, and the ball's cut back to him, and I think he's just hit it a little bit too quickly, and it's gone flying over Charlie's bar.
It's Basassa James's, Basassa Grant's ball. It's on that far side, pulled it across, and Owen James just put it over the top of the crossbar, and Charlie Crowley, thankfully, as far as Welwyn Garden City concerned, has only got a goal kick to take. So Charlie, who made that excellent save, has got to be said, from Josh Davis. It's the only time he's been really bowled into action. As his kick, again not a good one, only lands on the halfway line and the head of Jenkins, as the ball squirms away on that far side and will be a throw-in to Welwyn Garden City. Of course, while Weatherston's got two defenders on the bench, it make you wonder in the last 5 minutes or so whether he might want to shore it up and bring one of them on and go 5 at the back, but we'll see. Josh Bryant, who's taking the throw, has played at centre back in his Hertford days. There's ball out of play on that far side of the field. Welwyn Garden City then holding on to a 1-goal advantage would take them on to 38 points, take them above Leighton Town into 8th place in the table at the moment. But still plenty of football to be played here, as Owen James is trying to go away with the ball, but Welwyn Garden City get it back with Darnell Winter, who then promptly gives it away to Thomas Payne, but Jack Smith has no alternative but to turn it all the way back to his goalkeeper Jack Hotwood. Hotwood's kick is not a good one and lands with Jack Vasey on the halfway line. He can't control it though. Hotwood will get another chance. Second one's not particularly brilliant either, and McDonald gets there once more ahead of Walton, puts it forward, looking for Linton Goss. Richards is there first, Cyrus Baba's there, he's Linton Goss, but he's in an offside position as the linesman's flag goes up on that near side of the field. Going to have the final substitution of the afternoon for Kidlington. It's Thomas Payne who is going to go off, and it is the number 16 Finley Ryan Phillips, the 21-year-old midfielder, who is going to come on. They've gone very much almost 4 up top now, with Owen James pushing forward. Kicked forward by Hotwood, up in the air by Davis, further on by Ryan Phillips. His first touch gives the ball away, and Welwyn Garden City on that far side may come forward here, but as Gucci goes in and wins the ball well. Gucci's ball forward, looking for Cyrus. Bye-bye is the chance. On the edge of the area, just crowded out. It was Richards who managed to get there, and Connor Taylor. And Cyrus has gone down on the edge of that area. Just looked to open up for him, but once again, Kidlington, as they have done most of the afternoon, managed to get players behind the ball. Yeah, they did. I mean, I think Cyrus just got the ball stuck under his feet there a little bit, and he's just tried to sort of manoeuvre himself into a position to get a shot on goal. But Kidlington defence dealt with it once again. Jack Hotwood will restart then. Punts the ball down the field. Koloski calls for it and wins it, but it's volleyed further forward by Jenkins, but that's going to be out of play. And Welwyn Garden City will take their time on bringing the ball back into play. Home record played 11-1-2, drawn 2, lost 7 this season. Worst home record in the division. Well, it's about to at least get an increase if Welwyn Garden City can hold on to this 1-goal lead. And then they've got Kempston Rovers, of course, here on Tuesday night as they edge towards playoff contention in Division 1 Central. James Koloski will take the free kick for the Citizens right in front of us as time begins to run out. The visitors from Oxfordshire. Koloski chips it right-footed to right-hand side of the box where Linton Goss is there with Connor Taylor, the substitute. Just puts the ball off of Walton and it goes out for a throw-in, which Charlie McDonald will take on this near side of the field. taking his time. It's Kidlington's time, of course. McDonald's throw is a poor one in the end, but given away then by Kidlington. They can't get it clear. Walton does finally get it clear, but Josh Steele does well. Finds Brad Watkins, and Watkins is fouled midway inside the Kidlington half. Referee wants a little bit of a word with Sam Jenkins, and Welwyn Garden City have themselves a free kick midway inside the Kidlington half. Jack Vasey is there with Darnell Winter. We've got 7 minutes plus time added on for stoppages remaining here at the Pexhurst. Welwyn Garden City leading by a goal to nil, scored by Brad Watkins, his 15th of the season. Darnell Winter going to take the free kick with the right boot. 5 back for Welwyn Garden City. You show how they want to hold on to this advantage. Winter gets it back. Darnell Winter coming forward, loses out though. Here's Jenkins, plays the ball to Max Smith. Max Smith ball is a loose one, but Walton will be first with it. But it's cleared once again by Josh Steele, who hasn't missed a lot in that centre of the Welwyn Garden City defence. Long ball forward, Darnell Winter, right hand side of the area. Winter turns inside Max Smith, turns outside Max Smith, still going. Darnell Winter, edge of the area, onto the left foot, onto the right foot. Can't get a shot in, and in the end it's headed away by Connor Taylor, and forward will come Kidlington. Kidlington with Piers Walton. Walton's long ball forward, and Charlie Crowley will come out on the edge of the area and collect it. Kidlington claiming he went over the line, but clearly didn't. Danger averted as far as Welwyn Garden City are concerned. Charlie will take his time. Didn't do the dying swan, which I was expecting there. As, laying on the ball, and in the end thumps it high into the sky. It lands on the head of Richards, on by Darnell Winter. Richards is there again though, beating Cyrus Babai to it. It's pushed forward, but only as far as Josh Bryant, and he will bring in Brad Watkins. Brad Watkins has Ryan Phillips at his back, and the ball is threaded forward looking for Josh Davis, but linesman's flag goes up on that far side. Meanwhile, Brad Watkins has gone down on the halfway line, and it looks like Welwyn Garden City are going to make a substitution. The ball just flashed on. I think you might see Adam Pollock come on for Brad Watkins, who looks to have cramponing with what Jack Vasey is doing there. So I thought, is that the way you treat cramp, or is that a leftover from the Pilates lesson?
it could be either or, couldn't it? I mean, I do think, it looks like he's suffering from a little bit of cramp. So hopefully, that's all it is, and he's going to be okay. But I mean, let's see if Adam Pollock comes on, and that's the change that Mark's going to make. Board is about to go up to assure us that is that going to be the change. Oh, it's actually going to be Alex Harris who's going to come on. It is going to be Brad Watkins who goes off. He's done his bits. It's his goal that separates the two teams. Alex Harris who's going to come on.
85 minutes. Replacing scorer Brad Watkins.
We'll see what that does for things.
Alex Harris.
I think Alex put the 5 fingers up, which I think I was saying that there's possibility that Mark Weatherstone might want to go 5 at the back, and I think he has now, with Brad Watkins going off for Alex Harris, who's fitted alongside the other 2 centre-backs in James Koloski and Josh Steele. It's Jenkins who almost gives the ball away, but Jack Smith thumps it into the Welwyn Garden City half, on by Koloski. Gucci is beaten to it by Walton. Walton's ball on the far side of the field, looking to bring in Basama Grant, but the ball will bounce at the feet of Phillips, the other substitute. Ball pushed into the area, and Charlie Crowley this time does do the dying swan inside the 6-yard box and clutches the ball to his chest. 3 minutes plus time added on, of which there won't be a lot, I wouldn't have thought. Stand between Welwyn Garden City and their 3rd home win of the season. Yes, only 3rd home win of the season here at the Pexhurst. But it's been 46 days, a 46-day wait for a fixture here. And 46 days to avenge a defeat against an Oxfordshire side, because North Lee were the last team here, of course, before Kidlington winning by 3-1. Darnell Winter's been beaten to the ball, and long ball forward looking for Josh Davis. Koloski's there though, and Koloski will, thought he was going to clear it, but in the end he just runs it out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in on that far side, which Finley Ryan Phillips will take, or will he? No, in fact he'll leave the ball for Max Smith to take the throw-in for Kidlington. Throw-in comes from Max Smith, headed down by Koloski on the edge of the area. Smith will try and put it back across the area. Morton's there, shot fired in, and it ricochets from Connor Taylor, and here's Linton Goss in a one-on-one with Max Smith. Linton Goss, edge of the area, waiting for help, doesn't need it, fires in the shot, saved by Otwood's legs. The ball rebounds out, and in the opposite direction will come Kidlington. Richard's ball on that far side, headed out well by Josh Bryant as far as Darnell Winter, and now down the left-hand side goes Cyrus Babai. Max Smith is there first, and a little bit of pacey passage of play ends with the ball back at the feet of Hotwood as we go into the last minute of the match here at the Bexhurst, with Welwyn Garden City leading by a 1-0. Was Josh Steele and Josh Bryant on that far side, but the ball was forward. Owen James was caught in an offside position, and with about a minute to go, Simon, time to think about man of the match.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously it's it's a Welwyn Garden City player that we give the man of the match to. I'll just explain that to any Kidlington fans that may be listening and wondering why Jack Hopwood doesn't get the award. So we nominate one of our own players for the man of the match. But I mean, I will just say, a fantastic performance from Jack Hopwood. And if it wasn't for the fact that we select our team, I think it would be an easy decision to choose him.
Yeah, absolutely. Super performance by the goalkeeper. Had no chance whatsoever with the goal, and certainly prevented 3 or 4 others, both in first and second half, with some flying saves. Meanwhile, ball threaded forward. 5 minutes to be added on over there. Got no idea where the referee's got that from.
I don't know. I mean, there's been one or two incidents. Well, one incident I think where a sponge person, trainer, stroke physio, stroke whatever has come on. But I mean, there's been no yellow cards. There's been four substitutions. But I don't know where he's found 5 minutes from.
So still hope from, if you're listening, from Kidlington, and Welwyn Garden City got to hold on through 5 minutes of time added on. They got a throw in on the far side in Kidlington territory though. Midway inside the Greens half, with Josh Bryant trotting across to collect the ball and take the throw in. Josh looking, he's got Darnell Winter there, he's got Linton Goss there, and Cyrus Babai. Everybody else is behind the ball. It's Welwyn Garden City.
He's just shown a yellow card to Josh for delaying the throw.
Oh, Josh Bryant gets yellow carded then. Cyrus Babai in possession down by the corner flag on that far side. Turns inside 1 and 2. It's then with Darnell Winter. Josh Bryant with it again, just cannons the ball off of a defender.
I mean, do you really think that Josh was taking that long over that throw?
No,
I wouldn't say so at all.
No.
So, yeah.
But, I don't know. Sometimes I think referees feel they've got to do something, and referee did. But far side of the field, a thumping challenge comes in from Max Smith. Darnell Winter's there. Welwyn Garden City still trying to keep it down there, but it's going to break out. But Gucci gets hold of the ball. Ball down the line by Josh Bryant. Max Smith's there with Cyrus Babai at his back. And in the end, it's Welwyn Garden City who win the throw-in again. So they're doing a good job at keeping the ball in Kidlington territory. We've had 2.5 minutes of the 5 to be added on at the end of the match here at the Bexhurst. It's going to be Darnell Winter who's going to take the throw. Cyrus Babai gives it back to him. Darnell's footwork lets him down in the end though, and Kidlington managed to get a throw of their own. Gucci will sort that out though and find Jack Vasey. Jack turns away, and plays the ball to Josh Bryant. Cannons the ball once again off Basasa Grant, and it'll be a throw into Welwyn Garden City. So we're just eking out time here at the end of the match at the Pexhurst. Match that's been decided so far by Brad Watkins, 15th goal of the season, curled in after 76 minutes as the ball lands out of play, and in the end it's going to be a throw in to Kidlington, all over on that far side of the pitch at the moment, but ball might make an appearance on this nearer side now as Connor Taylor controls it away from Linton Goss and then brings in Max Smith. Max Smith's long ball onto the head of James Kolofsky, collected inside the centre circle by Ryan Phillips. Ryan Phillips' ball forward away by Charlie McDonald. Jack Vasey just volleys it onto this near side where Linton Goss will look to keep it in. Can't put it down the touchline. It's going to be a throw in once more to Kidlington into the final minute of the 5, which have been added on at the end of the match by a referee, Mr. Barclay, as Linton Goss gets in the way of Connor Taylor's clearance at the expense of a throw in to Kidlington. Back to the goalkeeper, Jack Hopwood. Hopwood right-footed, long kick forward. Once again, Josh Steele with a header, looking for Goss, but here's Jack Vasey, and Welwyn Garden City's got opportunities here. Kidlington caught with players forward. Linton Goss has it right-hand side. Goss tries to run past Connor Taylor and does. Linton Goss is in the area here, pulls the ball across. Here's Gucci! Oh, and it's in the back of the net. And 3 points assured for Welwyn Garden City in the final minute of added on time. Gucci scores number 3 for the season, and there'll be a big smile on the face of Mark Weatherston.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what Welwyn Garden City deserve, isn't it, really? You know, I mean, they've had the better of the chances, had the better of the possession, and I'm sure Mark will be happy with a 2-0 lead now.
Jack Hopwood couldn't get near it, curled it off the goal post, and 2-0 for Welwyn Garden City. They'll take their goal difference on the +4 as well, which when you look at the teams around them actually could hold them in good stead as well. It's been a tough game to get all 3 points. Kidlington made it difficult. Excellent performance by the goalkeeper Jack Hopwood, but 3 points they have certainly sewn up now with that one from Gucci. And I've got to say that the odd socks have worked again, you know.
Goal of the afternoon
as the ball goes out, and that is indeed the end of the match, with almost final pitch of the match. Gucci's goal adding to that by Brad Watkins after 76 minutes. They made hard work of it at times. Jack Hopwood put in a super performance for Kidlington, but they will look now nervously over their shoulders at what's happened elsewhere in the league this afternoon. Just 100 the attendance, disappointing at the Pexhurst, but those who have come here for the first time in 46 days will be happy that the home side have gone away with all 3 points. Welwyn Garden City played 24, 38 points now, and a goal difference of +4. We'll try and do the ready reckoner on the table when the results start coming in from elsewhere. But certainly, if it was North Lee who were in 5th place this morning, they had 43 points. They were the last team in the playoffs, so Welwyn Garden City would have a 5-point gap. But of course, Welwyn have got so many games in their hands. Still got 12 games to play. They'll be back here on Tuesday night when they'll Kempston Rovers will be the visitors. And then next Saturday they'll go to FC Dunstable, which will be a big game between 2 teams involved in playoff contention. But this afternoon it's been the Citizens that have done the business. We'll be joined by Mark Weatherston afterwards, and that will be on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf post-match tomorrow. get the thoughts, and also we'll get the thoughts of Simon's man of the match, which he'll tell us all about when he's got the scores together from elsewhere in the division. The 2 games involving our other local clubs, Wembley 1-0 up with a Jack Grosvenor goal at Northlea at half-time. Hertford were 1-1 with Aylesbury United. Brian Garzon's 15th of the season for Ben Aherd's team in that one. Aylesbury United's results will be of great interest, of course, to Kidlington. They were on the same number of points. It was only Kidlington's goal difference which was separating the pair of them this morning. Kidlington's goal difference after the defeat today will move on to -16, and they'll have 28 points from their 26 matches, and their run, the barren run really goes on, just 1 win in their last 7 games now, whereas Welwyn Garden City have won 4 of their last 5, so a good bit of momentum being picked up by Mark Weatherston and his team as they aim for the top 5 situation at the top of the table. I'm sure you know it, the champions are promoted automatically, and then it's the next 4 who will go into a playoff. The playoff positions will determine whether you play at home or away. Teams in 2nd or 3rd place will be at home in the playoff semi-finals, be 2nd team against the 5th place team, and then 3rd against 4th, and then the highest finishing team will take on the home advantage in the final. So what's been going on?
Right, so Kempston Rovers, a good point for them after their recent form. They drew 0-0 with Waltham Abbey. Kings Langley extended their lead from half-time, and they beat AFC Dunstable by 4 goals to 2. Game between Leighton Town and Biggleswade, no further goals in the second half, so that remained Leighton Town 0, Biggleswade 2. Stockfold, they were playing Cirencester Town, and that one finished 1-1. Good comeback from Barton Rovers as they were playing Tame United. Barton Rovers were 1-0 down at half time. They came back to win 3-1. Game between Bedford Town and Hadley. Bedford win 2-1 at half time. A couple of more goals in the second half, and Hadley run out 3-2 winning.
Wow.
So I thought that one would interest you.
Wow.
I purposely kept that one back.
Wow.
Down at the Smile IT, a game between Hertford and Aylesbury still going on as far as I know. That is 2-2 as Sudiasi Sendedge with the second Hertford goal. And at Northlea, the still not confirmed full-time result. It is 2-1 to Ware. John Clements with the second goal for Ware from the penalty spot.
Well, my word, yeah, breath still getting back after the Bedford result. Well, Hadley, who knocked 6 past Northlea the other day, didn't they? So, obviously coming a bit of form, but that really makes it interesting at the top of the table, because if you look at the top of the table now, it reads Bedford top, played 27, 51 points, plus 28 goal difference. But now Biggleswade Town is advantage Biggleswade Town because they've got a game in hand. They played 26 and they got 50 points. Yeah. So that really does make it interesting. And if Ware hold on to that 2-1 advantage against Northlea, they're up to 3rd because they will have played 29 with 46. Waltham Abbey will be 4th, played 29 with 45. And then it will be. I'm trying to work it out here. It's still going to be Northlea, amazingly, who are still going to hang on to 5th place with 43 points. AFC Dunstable will have 42, 41 Cirencester, 40 Hertford, and 38 Leighton Town and Welwyn Garden City. So all to play for at the top. It really is getting tight, very, very tight. And if we look at the bottom of the table, if Aylesbury hold on to a point, then they will move above Kidlington. And Tame United, Barton Rovers, what was the score of that? Tame ended up winning?
3-1 to Barton.
3-1 to Barton. So Tame will stay bottom of the table on 24. Kempston will move on to 26. And then you've got Kidlington on 28 and Aylesbury on 29. So everything to play for at both ends of the table, and it really makes next week's game a real humdinger for us. It's National Non-League Day, and we will be at Watson Park, where Ware, who now in third place in the table, will take on current leaders Bedford, who will be really stinging from a 3-2 home defeat by Hadley.
Absolutely, they will. I mean, that's a real shock, result there. Just down to the right hand side of us, there's a little troubled area. Someone said to us about of the pitch. Someone said to us, when we arrived. It looks like they're just putting some cover over it. I mean, I don't know if we're expecting any rain this evening, but good to see people out there and getting that sorted and looked after. While I'm speaking, I will give you my man of the match, Pete. I think great performance from Welwyn Garden City. I think Gucci had a really good game, but today my man of the match. I mean, he's come in, he's made his debut, and he's slotted right into this side. He's looked really, really comfortable there. I'm going to give the man of the match today to Charlie McDonald.
And well done to Charlie. Looked very, very solid, did the fullback. So Charlie McDonald is now 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf Man of the Match. In a match where Welwyn Garden City took all the points thanks to 2 late goals from Brad Watkins after 76 minutes, and then Gucci 4 minutes into added time at the end of the game. Before all of that, Jack Hotwood had put in a really super performance for Kidlington, making great saves from Gucci and Cyrus Babai amongst others. Welwyn Garden City then heading towards those playoff places. They will entertain Kempston Rovers here, providing the rain keeps off and that bit of tarpaulin which is being put on the pitch does the business. That will be on Tuesday night with a 7:45 kick-off. Watch out for that one. This time next week we'll be at Watson Park, live from 2:55. Current leaders Bedford against third place Ware. Real cracker for non-league day. Wherever you've been listening to us from, thanks for your company. If you've been listening from Oxfordshire, good luck to Kidlington for the rest of the season. And whatever you're doing this evening, have a good one. And I'll leave you with the full-time score here from the Pexhurst, where it finished Welwyn Garden City 2, Kidlington 0.